Greetings and welcome to our Monday mantra this week. And this is more of a personal nature actually, because the Monday mantra this week is something that I personally wrestle with, which is the biggest critic of who I am and my business is me. And so I want to talk about some of the things that I like to do to kind of overcome some of that. I'm a very, very, very big self-critic. Believe it or not, some of you guys see me as this, like, whoa, Pete, he's so confident. He's so gregarious. He's so out there. At the end of the day, I am just as nervous, just as insecure. In fact, I'm going to go on record right now and kind of bare my soul a little bit. I'm probably more insecure than most people out there. So, what do I do to combat this? And this is the mantra for the day, because if we take this and we envelop it over what does it mean in our real estate careers, it means this. So many times we are sitting outside of a listing going, oh my God, I'm never going to get it. There's the giant agent in the neighborhood. They're going to crush me. What can I possibly do to get this listing? If you go into the game with that attitude, you're already dead. As my mate Gary V says, it's not my mate, it's my inspiration. As my mate Gary V says, it's already stacked against us, right? Our business is already stacked against us. So if we go in there with the attitude that we may lose, we're done. We have lost the game. So I want to come back to insecurities and kind of criticism. As you guys know, I am out there and PLG is out there, and we are charting unnavigated waters, which is exactly how me and the pirates like it. Now, I would be naive to say that some people think that it's a little bit odd. In fact, if some people may even think what we're doing is wrong, I'm not necessarily here to say it's right. What I'm here to do is to encourage those of you who are out there who do want to challenge the system, who do think differently, and who might be getting kind of criticism or critique or, you don't want to be doing that stupid video stuff. You don't want to be doing creative things when you launch houses. I'm here to say I challenge the lot of you. You can't be too crazy, as long as it's safe, of course. But being creative with an industry such as real estate, which, let's face it, it's not like we're in a special effects department on the new Steven Spielberg movie. A lot of real estate is pretty kind of mundane. So if we can inject fun, if we can inject creativity, and most importantly, if we can inject personality that is unique, it means it's going to transfer to business. I want to go back to the biggest critic of me is me, right? I've shared this at the meetings at PLG. I'm not sure if I want to share this now, but you know what? We're here, so I'm going to go for it. When I wake up in the morning, my natural disposition is one of, oh my God, welcome to the first day of the end, right? I'm sure many people feel this way, and I spoke about this at last week's mantra. In order for us to be successful, we have to treat it like an athlete treats their career. We've got to work at it every single day, and when we're not in front of clients, we've got to be learning our trade. All of these kind of wacky out-of-the-box things that we do at PLG, and it's not just us, there are other agents out there and other companies that are doing this as well. Not in LA, but I've seen it around the country. There's a few guys in LA, actually. I want to kind of say to you, if you are in a situation where you're like, oh my God, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? Every failure brings us closer to a triumph, right? If it was easy, everybody would do it. We have to look bad. We have to look like jackasses. And we have to go into an industry that is so saturated and clustered and think, if we go into it thinking, if you're a newer agent, if you go into it thinking, I'm never going to break through, I'm never going to break through, I'm never going to break through. I'm going to tell you a story of when I was a kid, of how I got into the music industry and what my parents said to me, which in hindsight was not necessarily bad advice. When I was an up-and-coming musician, I was a very, very good classical trombonist at 11, and then I discovered, electronic music in my early teens, and I said to my parents, I am leaving home to go make house records, right? House records, ooch, 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 right? My mum and dad looked at me with terror, and they said, Peter, the music industry, nobody ever succeeds. It's less than 1%. And you are just going to be eaten alive by the industry. I looked at my parents in the eye and I said to them, and I was like, 14. I said, I am going to give it everything I've got to be successful in the music industry. Otherwise, I'm going to kick myself for the rest of my life. If I give it my all and I fail, then at least I know I've done it. I've maxed it out. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. The thing that I see happening in real estate far too often is, fear is driving this vanilla kind of, everybody wears a vanilla shroud because I think they're too afraid to kind of pop out and show their personality in case somebody doesn't like them. If you are feeling different, if you're an agent out there and you are feeling like you want to push the boat out, you want to do something different, you want to just go for it, and you're the only voice in your office or you're the only voice in your neighborhood that's thinking like this, don't think that you are wrong. Go for it. What is the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you end up right back where you started. You're not going to lose clients. You're going to gain clients. You're not going to lose listings. You're going to gain listings because people, especially in the United States, they respect someone that goes out and has a crack at it, as we say in the United Kingdom. Have a crack. Don't be afraid to fail. Failing is freaking brilliant because it guides you towards the light. The last thing I want to say is this. Some agents have come to me kind of privately in and out of PLG. I speak to a lot of agents and they've said, people have kind of knocked me for doing videos and people have said, I feel a little bit discouraged by it all. When people do things that are different, and I'm not just saying video's different, there's a million ways to do real estate different. When you do things that are different, other people feel uncomfortable around you. Other people, in some cases, and I'm not saying this of me, but I've seen it happen with other agents, maybe some agents might wish they were doing that. If you are the only one who are leaving footprints on the beach, if you're, in the words of friggin' Frank Sinatra, if you're doing it your way and you fail, then at least you know when you go off into that other career that you've given it all you've got. So imagine just how beautiful it tastes when you do it your way and you win. I want to leave you with that. Fear should never drive decisions, only faith. Wow, that kind of went off in its own direction. But I'm very sincere with what I think. And if any of you wild horses ever, I'm not trying to find people to join PLG, but if any of you wild horses just want to chat, shoot the shit, and if you want to be different, be fucking different, man. That's what I say. That is the thought for the day. It's Monday. Go out there, go kill it. And I'll look forward to seeing you all online very soon. That's another Monday Mantra over. Adios.